Ellen may seem all lovely, but not everybody's nice to her all the time. Today I'm going to cover 10 celebs who talk crap to Ellen. Welcome back to the finale, let's get into the video. Number 10, Katy Perry. This one is probably the most reason for a celeb to have insulted Ellen DeGeneres on her show because it came courtesy of Katy Perry when DeGeneres forgot about her marriage to Russell Brand. Yep, you heard that right. DeGeneres completely spaced on the fact that the most famous pop music star in the world married the weird sex addict guy from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Even Perry couldn't believe it when DeGeneres asked her, "Were you married?" His name was Russell Brand. Perry whispered before miming scissors with her hands and yelling, "Remember, you gave me some wedding gifts on the show?" She then awkwardly repeated the word cool 5 times while looking her on incredulously.
It's a game called Will You Perry Me? It's Who'd You Rather, but it's a clever title, so we just decided to change it to that. Anyway,
I have to get married.
Answer.
Number 9, Chaz Bono. Bearing in mind the aforementioned praise of Caitlyn Jenner's work with transgender rights advocacy, there is no denying how uncomfortable it had to have made DeGeneres when Jennifer Lawrence cracked a Chaz Bono joke. Chaz, for those who somehow don't know, is the transgender son of Cher and the late Sonny Bono. Anyways, the notoriously unfiltered actress said that she jokingly calls her female cat Chaz Bono because of her masculine energy. She then gave a rambling explanation of how she automatically thinks all cats are female and how it's just weird for a cat to act like a boy, whatever that means.
Yeah.
How do you explain that to somebody they don't understand?
I try to really explain that there's like 2 components to gender, and that is your physical sex, and then...
Number 8, Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams has a natural profession rivalry with Ellen DeGeneres since she is a talk show queen in her own right. Granted, they don't compete in the same time slot, but comparisons at the 2 shows are inevitable. Like this one from Ad Age in 2015, which declared Miss Williams now trades off daily with Ellen DeGeneres as the #1 female host. Perhaps that's why there have been a few slightly uncomfortable moments between the first ladies of talk in 2 different segments on Ellen. First, in a 2013 interview, DeGeneres barely hid her disdain for the not-so-subtle shade Williams threw at Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, who at the time were expecting their first child. Moments later, Williams plugged her PETA ad by acknowledging DeGeneres' veganism before inexplicably saying, "How do you live without bacon?" DeGeneres replied, "Well, because I think pigs are very smart animals." Awkward. 3 years later, Williams came back and played Heads Up, the game where guests make DeGeneres guess the name of the celebrity only they can see on the screen. As a clue for Justin Bieber, Williams said, "Some people say that he looks like you." DeGeneres laughed it off and said, "I don't mind that, he's adorable." But really? Come on, Williams.
No guests, unless you're telling me the inside scoop. You know, you're coming like from, one of my magazines that I like to read and whatnot. And it's just fun, Ellen, fun.
So Wendy Williams.
Number 7, Mark Ruffalo. Marvel actor Mark Ruffalo was rubbed the wrong way by Ellen DeGeneres' surprising friendship with George W. Bush, and he made sure to let everyone know. The Avengers star voiced his disapproval on Twitter, writing, "Sorry, until George W. Bush is brought to justice for crimes of the Iraq War, we can't even begin to talk about kindness."
No, remember we were sitting next to each other?
And I asked you to read my acceptance speech since I lost.
Yeah, and then I lost.
Number 6, Jamila Jamil. Yet another celebrity to speak out against Ellen DeGeneres' unfaltering stance on her friendship with George W. Bush was actress Jamila Jamil. Admitting that it took her some time to decide which side of the debate to be on, the British star went on to explain why she had to agree with DeGeneres' critics.
Please welcome to the show, Jamila Jamil, everyone!
Number 5, Susan Sarandon. In October 2019, Ellen DeGeneres was photographed sitting next to George W. Bush at an NFL game in Dallas, which instantly sparked controversy on social media. The comedian and former president were watching the Dallas Cowboys face off against the Green Bay Packers in the Cowboys suite when they were spotted chatting and laughing together. DeGeneres later defended herself against the backlash over their unlikely friendship in an episode of her talk show, preaching kindness and saying among other things. However, a number of celebrity critics came forward to condone her openness. Actress Susan Sarandon was one of the said critics, sharing a quote from an Out magazine article titled "Ellen is friends with Bush, but he was no friend to LGBTQ+ people." She decided to highlight one particular passage on Twitter, but missing the point entirely. DeGeneres framed issue as simply a matter of her hanging out with somebody with different opinions, not a man repeatedly accused of being a war criminal. Number 4, Piers Morgan. One of the most vocal critics was TV journalist Piers Morgan. If a man made this joke, he tweeted out, "Ellen would lead the cries of sexist pig." Morgan used those same words to describe DeGeneres in 2016 after she displayed a shirtless photo of Chris Hemsworth during her People's Choice Awards acceptance speech. "I was disgusted," Morgan wrote for the Daily Mail. "In fact, I've never been so offended by anything in my entire life." Number 3, Caitlyn Jenner. On the Ellen DeGeneres show in 2015, Caitlyn Jenner was asked about same-sex marriage and admitted, "At first, I was not for it." DeGeneres accused Jenner of passing judgment against gay people in marriage. During an interview with Howard Stern, the talk show host even quipped, "Maybe Jenner didn't want to dance with me because I'm a lesbian." Jenner revisited that infamous interview with DeGeneres years later in her memoir. Number 2, Ripa. When Ellen DeGeneres invited Strahan to appear on her show in October 2017, Ripa was reportedly none too pleased. According to Star, cozying up with Michael was like telling the world she had taken his side and was taunting Kelly, which left Ripa livid. The tabloid claimed that it took DeGeneres a little while, but after the show aired, she realized how hurtful it must have been, and allegedly reached out to Ripa to apologize. Number 1, Kathy Griffin. In a November 2016 interview with Access Hollywood, Griffin explained that her bad blood with DeGeneres is rooted in the latter's alleged rocky relationship with the late Joanne Rivers. In my very last dinner with Joanne Rivers, we would always check in with each other, and I'd be like, "Where are you with Ellen?" And she'd be like, she still hates me." And she'd go, "Well, what about you?" And I'd say, "Oh, she thinks I'm mean," Griffin claimed. "The truth is, I guess I feel like I'm sticking up for a pal. There are so few female comics over 50, I wish we were better at supporting each other." This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.